we are back with another Marvel series, and this time it is Agatha. Mike, do you have a synopsis?
Um, I mean, basically what we have is this show takes place 3 years after being trapped in the town of Westview. At the end of the miniseries WandaVision, Agatha escapes with the help of a goth teen who wishes to face the trials of the legendary Witch's Road. Without her magical powers, Agatha and the teen form a new coven of witches with which to face the trials while contending with some of Agatha's old enemies. This, I can kind of tell now why Marvel decided to release 2 episodes for the first week, because this seems like very much a setup episode of whatever the hell the story's going to be.
It does, and I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm not trying to be mean under any set of the circumstances, though. I think this is the worst first episode of any series that they've done.
I'm not sure if I quite agree with that, but that's because I haven't seen episode 2 yet.
I can't remember, like, all the other ones. I got, like, some good sense of what I want to say. Plot relevancy, or what I want to say, something new gained from it, to where the whole entire first episode, I understood everything that happened in it when I read the title of the series. Like, I felt like I didn't need anything that happened in this episode outside of who we are going to assume we think is Wiccan being captured, because kind of knew something happened to her with the Darkhold and stuff like that. And it's not all of it, and I'm hoping it changes for the next episode. I have nothing wrong with Catherine's acting abilities. Some of the dialogue they gave her to say in this was atrocious.
It kind of feels like she's playing. Kind of feels like she's playing like 3 different characters at once in the same scene.
It does. She went from cool and collective to inquisitive to screaming while she was on that notepad, and I'm like, I don't know what they want me to think this character is, but even after she fully knew she was Agatha again, she's not acting like Agatha. I don't know if that's in the directing, in the lines, or what, but I feel she's doing what they're asking her to do. What they're asking her to do is not great. And what's weird about that is I only feel that from her.
And not everyone else.
No. Everyone else feels like they're a solid, simple, one track, exactly what that character is supposed to be, except her. And what part of what I think that problem might be is the idea of having a show of her came before what they wanted the show to be.
That feels possible.
Because a lot of what her entire character was hating Wanda. And now she doesn't have Wanda.
So now you're kind of like, well, what are we gonna do now?
What exactly? And it looks like from this first episode that, at least starting out, they probably have a good place of where this is going. Like, the Salem 7 stuff sounds exciting, but it might be they don't have a good track of how to get there. I'm not trying to be mean. This is just the first episode, but this is the first time where I've actually felt like what everyone else is feeling about this really not being a great first episode. Is there stuff about this that I like? Yes, and we're going to get to that. But I just had to be open and honest, because I get told by people that I'm never negative about anything. And in that part, I don't think any of you have ever watched a video I've ever been in or watched a podcast I've been a part of. Because if you don't think I'll rant about things I don't like, I don't think you've watched a video on my channel ever. But yeah, this was one where I just kind of don't know what they were going for.
I will say this, you're not alone in feeling that way. A lot of people I know who have seen both these episodes already have said that episode 2 is much better.
Good. I got, because I hope so. Like, Aubrey Plaza is playing a very different character than what she normally does. This is not a kind of androgynous, weird-humored, whatever. She's, like, actually got some drive and chutzpah and like, hyperactive that she doesn't get to do a whole lot in the roles that she's in. And the idea of her being under a spell, previously from Wanda, is cool. She was still trapped in Westview when everyone else was around. And I do like the fact they basically turned Wanda into Voldemort. So, that is interesting. I hope they come freaking hard and heavy with this next episode. Because they kind of need it. Because going on the releasing 2 episodes at once, I think they did that for a good reason, because you need that one.
Yeah, I trust that Disney and Marvel made the right decision.
And I don't think that it's going to be, like, there's another one that I've literally on my life never heard of the Salem 7. I've never heard them bring up Salem, period, in Marvel. So I had to look that up, and it's just a ragtag group of evil, like, magical entities. Or, like, creatures or people. Magical beings is exactly what they say. So, I don't know what that's going to be, because they didn't exactly roll out a gigantic cast that's going to be in this film. What I hope doesn't happen is that they kind of made this sound like she's going along on this thing with the kid who, again, I'm going to assume is Wiccan. And they say they're going to deal with the Salem 7, and we get left on a cliffhanger for them for a season 2 that might never likely happen.
Yeah, I don't think this is getting a second season.
So I seriously hope this isn't a setup for something. If, and I mean if, and this is my big-brained, I'm legitimately going off nothing, hoping this ties into something. The Salem 7 is a group of magical entities that have something against Agatha for whatever reason, and they want her dead. The only other magical thing going on is Doctor Strange. I don't know if that somehow backdoors into something and he has to deal with that later on, because we know literally nothing about his next movie other than the fact that Dormammu's daughter's in it.
Something else,
and that he also got affected by the Darkhold.
Yes. Something else we might see in this season, in the series.
Ralph Boner?
No. I've been hearing whispers about we might be getting a relative of Doctor Doom.
I heard that supposedly that's who, at heart, Aubrey might be. And I thought you were going to say something else. And I was about to jump clean out of this chair, because I swear to Christ, I swear to God, until this character is announced and they say a person's playing him, no one is longer allowed to say Mephisto might be in a Marvel show! Stop it! My God! Nothing gives me a visceral reaction more than, show is announced, Mephisto is rumored to be the main villain. You're just doing it for clicks. Stop!
This is the Marvel equivalent of The Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Oh, it's so much worse, though. It's just, he's literally going around the sign with a megaphone going, no, I swear to God, he lives with me. You've seen him. I've gone to the bar with him. He has whores at my house. Someone stop him. And this is the first time where he'd be in a show that made sense. Like, I've heard everything from freaking Falcon and the Winter Soldier to Armor Wars. They're like, oh no, he's in it this time. Oh, absolutely. And like Miss Marvel even, they're like, nope, he's the person that's making all those people hunt down Miss Marvel because he needs her for a reason. And there's people stupid enough to believe this every time. And I'm not just saying it's people saying it fakely. I've met them in person. Like randoms that I'll just see talking about stuff, even at conventions. They're like, oh, they mean it this time about Mephisto. What makes you think that? Some person at an article who said his uncle works at Marvel. Journalistic integrity and just out the window, and internet literacy is just gone. Just gone. Because I'm sorry to go on a small tangent, but this is going to be a small review and I want to get this in. Everyone on the internet has lost the ability to click. And what I mean by that is they see an article, they see a title, and they go, cool, believe that. Hey everyone, I saw a title for a thing. I know it makes no sense, but the internet did it. Me, right now, with a week of work, could set up a website making it look eligible enough to start rumors like this. And tomorrow, I could put on there that Kevin Feige's going to play Mephisto, and he's an androgynous donkey. Someone would believe me because it's on the internet.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And you want to know what I could do? Put the thing there, have the title, as soon as you click it, come down and go, were you that fucking stupid to actually believe this? And you know what would happen? No one would see that message because no one clicks on the articles. Because if they looked at half of these, they go, yeah, I had a conversation with some of my sources who I can't name because I wouldn't want to ruin their credibility at Studio, who I can't mention, who I sat down with lunch with, and they let me know the details of their financials and all these other things that would make them lose their job and never be able to work in this town again, just so that I could get 4 clicks on the internet. Yeah, I'm sure that you're so important that I never heard of your news outlet till now, that you have connections with people working at one of the most powerful studios on the planet, and they're willing to risk their jobs to give you information because they feel you're a respectable outlet to get out information. I'm sorry, Johnny's Got the Vibes, I don't believe is a proper website. Like, what are we fucking doing even with these titles? Like, I can't anymore with this stupidity. I just can't!
This is why, unless it comes straight from the horse's mouth...
Or Hollywood Reporter. That's like the one I'll trust 99% of the time.
Yeah, because even Variety has gone downhill.
And like, Deadline's gotten better, but... For Hollywood Reporter's gotten to the point of where they just won't report it unless they can actually verifiably say it's true. I think I've seen them screw up once since I've started following stuff like this. Like, one time. And half the time, sometimes you can't even trust it from the fucking horse's mouth because they'll just lie to you.
Yep.
That's it. I needed to say it. I'm so with this stuff. I just can't. Social media is just, I want it to be gone. And this is coming from 2 people that use social media to advertise things that they're involved in. It's pointless.
It is.
The only time I look forward to seeing something on social media, and this says just so much, is the Dad Jokes Twitter that I follow, Babylon Bee, or The Onion. which Babylon Bee is just the Christian version of The Onion. Because I'll read them and know they're fake, and half the time, the articles on both sound more realistic than the articles some people believe on the internet.
Which is a problem, because society has just gone...
Yeah, it's gotten funner for them because they know they can make ridiculous shit and have people actually believe it. And the worst part is, I'll see comments going, I seriously thought this was real until I saw the Onion logo in the corner on a TikTok video. Are you not watching the actual, like, acting of certain... Anyway, okay, I'm going to go on for 5 hours if I keep doing this. This is one of the few things that pisses me off this ferociously. All right, Mike, where can everyone find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You guys can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and that place at Ren Pop Culture. You guys can follow us on YouTube, on Podchaser.
Yes.
Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. You can escape, so do we.
Absolutely. And you can find me ever at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. Until next time, we will see you all later. Bye.
Peace.